I'm sitting here with Josh Groban.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm actually exercising. This is the last day of an exercising project.
Wow.
Have you ever challenged yourself in
Yes.
any way?
Absolutely, like physical challenge.
No, it could be a mentally challenge.
Oh, are you mentally exercising or physically exercising?
Physically, but
it's mental too.
it's mental too.
Yeah, well, this I'd say this promo tour that I have to do is a physical and mental exercise. It's 4 countries in 1 week, and it's very grueling. I think when I prepare for a tour, I prepare the same way you've been preparing. I have to get my breath strong. I have to get my voice strong. My body's got to be healthy. So yeah, when you have to sing 2 hours a night for 200 concerts, you have to be in great shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long are you staying here in Stockholm, in Sweden?
Not long enough. I got in yesterday, and I'm leaving tomorrow. But I always try to have as much fun as I can when I'm here, because it's one of my favorite cities in the world.
Your mother is actually half Norwegian.
That's right.
How much of a Scandinavian are you?
Half. half Scandinavian. I definitely feel like a red-blooded Scandinavian man. I feel like there's Viking in me, and I feel that there's a great feeling that I get when I land in all countries in Scandinavia. If I'm in Norway or Sweden, I have a wonderful time. I meet the most incredible people. I love the food, and it definitely feels like a home away from home.
You're a quite positive person. I've seen a lot of interviews, and you're very happy. And the Swedes in the winter are not so happy. Is that something you feel when you've been here?
I think that there are many types of happiness. I think I definitely think that if I had this kind of cold, because I took a walk. I walked down to the market earlier today, and it's a cold that could make anyone depressed. I think it's a very, very cold. We have different types of cold, and this is the kind of cold that just eats right through you. And you only have, what, 9 months left of this kind of cold? What?
9 months? I hope not. Yeah. 9 weeks, hopefully.
9 weeks, yeah, exactly. No, but it's beautiful to look at. From the inside, it's great. And I think that one of the things that's great about Sweden is that you create the best inside atmospheres. I think there's always a fire going, there's the best food, wine, the furniture is great. I think that there's a great kind of motivation to make sure that your inside world is really, really cozy, so you can look out at the cold and not have to go in it.
I love your song "You Raise Me Up." I'm not the only one, but I'm gonna get married in May.
Congratulations!
And we're gonna use your song as the wedding song.
Well, thank you.
We have a friend who's gonna sing it. Hopefully, good, not as good as you.
No, many people have recorded that song, so it's not just my song, But it's one of those songs that a lot of people, they sing it at weddings, and it's a great, it's got a great message. So I hope you have a wonderful wedding. I'm sure it will be great.
Do you have you received letters, or have you people tried to get in contact with you and say you changed our marriage, or your song made our marriage a wonderful day, or?
All the time. It's great. Or your song helped us make a baby. Sometimes I get that too. You Raise Me Up could be good for that, I think. There's
now I got it. It took a while.
Yeah. Whew.
You seem like the kind of man who women likes. Women like soft men, and you're kind of soft. I've seen, yeah. Do you?
Hard, calloused, hard guy under this soft sweater.
I don't think so.
Well, you'll see.
It's not Dirty Harry.
See what I just...
Josh Groban goes nuts.
Yeah, you saw it here first.
But what I'm gonna ask is you should probably get a lot of letters from women and proposals. How many through the years?
How many proposal letters? It's interesting, because sometimes I'll get proposal letters, and I'll get maybe a couple hundred a day. No, I'm just kidding. A year. Or I'll get letters from a parent trying to pawn off their daughter on me. I'll get a letter from somebody saying, "My daughter's perfect for you. Here's her picture. Here's her address." And I'm thinking, that's not very safe. What kind of parent are you, sending me, trying to pimp out your daughter basically to me? So it's interesting. Whether it comes from the parent or comes from the actual girl, it's very flattering. I don't think I'm going to meet my wife through a fan letter. I don't think. You never know. But I think that when I get married, it will probably be because I proposed to her.
And this woman who does not exist yet,
No.
how do you
I think
pick?
she exists. I think she's been born. I'd like to say that she's been born so far. Otherwise, I'd be dating a much younger woman.
How do you picture her?
How do I picture her? Well, she's Norwegian, and she's very funny. Probably brunette, I would say, maybe.
Why does she have to be brunette?
I think that I'd like to keep the dark hair in the family. I think the curly brown locks are something that are very special to me, and I'd like my little son or daughter to have the same hair.
What is important to you in your life, except working with music?
Well, yeah, I mean, my family and friends are the most important thing to me in my life. I mean, people. I mean, as you travel around the world, the great thing about music for me is that it brings me to people. You know, that it brings me into situations where I can make connections with people that have enriched my lives and my lives. Many lives I have had, my life, and so for me, it's the simple things. I think things are so crazy all the time that the things that actually make me happiest are coming home for the holidays, spending quality time with my family, bringing them out to something that I'm doing. I enjoy performing much more when I know that there's my friends or family in the audience, and I can kind of see it through their eyes because I'm just focusing on the performance. So yeah, that's very important to me.
You've been in this industry since you were 17, more or less. Yeah. What do you do when you need to relax? You need to get away from the industry. What does Josh Groban does when he's just Josh?
I beat up ducks. That gives me great calm. I like to do the things that I actually take for granted normally. I mean, when I don't have time sometimes to go out and see a movie. I don't have time to see a concert or play tennis or go play football or whatever. Like stuff that I took for granted as a kid that you just do all the time. I love doing that stuff now. If I've got a day off, I'll just take a walk. Just to be able to go out and walk for an hour is the best. Or go see a movie. Is really fun for me, but because I spend so much of my time either thinking about music or singing music or writing music, that you need to put it away and go recharge and just do sometimes silly stuff to get yourself back into it. And I love to eat. I love great restaurants in every country that I go to, finding out what the cuisine is and really and going to some good places to eat. That's always fun.
Yeah. What was your last new experience in the food industry?
My last new experience in the food industry. Well, I mean, let's see. Last night I just had room service, so that doesn't count. I was in London. Well, this is not a good food experience. I ate a pepper that somebody dared me to eat at the table. It was like a Thai red pepper, one of those little ones, very skinny with tons of seeds on the inside, and it's kind of this long. And you know, if you've seen them, they're the Thai peppers. That they just are. You see people eat them on TV. And they're going nuts. And I was.
What happened to you?
Okay, well, the first 2 seconds, it's no big deal. I don't taste anything at all. And then the moment you swallow, it's like your whole body. And I took off my glasses, and my exact words were, "What have I done?" I thought, "Oh my God, how bad is this going to get?" I started sweating. I started crying. I couldn't wipe my eyes because I had pepper on my fingers. And everybody at the table just laughed at me. They laughed and laughed and laughed, and I cried and I cried. And the waitress went, "Oh, that's very sad." I'm thinking, damn you people.
The sad thing is the day after at the toilet.
I'm not going to go into that. Yeah. Luckily, I was able to eat some more food after that. That calmed my stomach. So yeah.
But are you a brave person? That's brave to have some pepper, I think.
I think I'm a brave eater. Yeah, I'm a brave eater. I'll eat anything once at least. Yeah. Yeah, and I would go spicier than that. I think that was very, very bad, but I would even try maybe even one step further. Yeah.
You studied drama when you were younger, but you kind of left that behind. You were into McBeal once, I think.
McBeal, yeah.
Do you have any do you want to continue theater sometimes in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I've never really left it behind. It's been one of those things where I've had to focus so much on the music that it's always felt a part of my world. I just haven't been able to do it a lot. I've done other theatrical and TV stuff. I just got to do Glee. I just filmed a movie with Steve Carell that comes out next year, and I've done some theatrical stuff. I've done some musical theater as well. So it's always something that's in me, but it's just finding the right time. So now that I've done a little more film and TV this last couple of years, it's nice to feel like maybe that's quite naturally moving its way back into my world.
You're a very calm person, I can tell, and nice. Yeah,
I'm very dark. I'm very negative, and I'm very anxious all the time. I pace around. I think about things all the time. I'm not calm.
The question was, what makes you angry?
What makes me angry? I'm like the Incredible Hulk. If you rub me the wrong way, I knock down whole buildings. Not a whole lot makes me.
Not very convincing, Josh.
I know. I knock down whole buildings. Rah! No, I'm not going to be competing for World's Strongest Man this year. I don't think. Next year, maybe. I don't get angry. I get frustrated. I think that incompetence frustrates me. Prejudice angers me, and narrow-mindedness frustrates me. I think those are things that qualities in people that frustrate me to no end.
Do you have a special experience from Christmas? Have you always spent Christmas in a traditional way, or have you sometimes been on a plane between two destinations by mistake?
I almost didn't make it home for Christmas one time, but I did. We landed just in time for dinner, which was great. I've always been home for Christmas. LA doesn't get very cold, so the tradition in LA is to have fun in the sun, and I'm going to Australia in a few days, and it'll be very sunny there too. It's Christmas tradition for me has been. My mom has 2 trees in the house because she loves to collect ornaments, so there's not enough for one tree. So it smells like a forest in our house, which is fun if you're a kid or a dog. And then there's the food. It's just again back with the food. I love the smell of food in the house all the time. Mulled wine. We have our own version of kind of Glühwein in America, and it's just delicious. I don't like eggnog though. Not a fan.
If you get criticized, if you get reviews that is not that flattering, how do you respond to it?
I feel like I have the right to make music, and anybody has the right to talk about it. And throughout my career, some reviews have been good, some reviews have been bad. In the end, I'm still here. It has not mattered. So good or bad, it hasn't mattered. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. I think that good reviewers can be critical in a smart way, and I appreciate it. If I read something that maybe I don't agree with, but if it's done in a smart way, I say, okay, I'll accept that. The only time I get frustrated with reviews if somebody is just out to get you. If they have no intention of even giving it a chance, it's not their kind of music, and in which case it's a very selfish review. They're not reviewing whether or not it's good for whoever does like that music. Yeah. They're reviewing it based on whether or not it's their kind of thing, and I think that's always a bad way to review.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Great talking to you. Great to be back.
Thank you.